This is the Warlock Kadash, and this is another simple review, this time on Assassin's Creed 2. Now, like I said in the last review, basically all the relevant plot from the first Assassin's Creed gets covered within the first, 2 minutes of this game, so you might as well just start with this one. For more reasons than just that, because it's actually a great game. Assassin's Creed 2 learned its lessons from the first game. Combat's faster and flows a lot better, climbing is quicker and is a lot smoother than before, and the objectives are more varied than just simply go kill 9 Templars and follow the exact same steps on how to kill them on every single person. In this game, they do away with that, and they add the Templars' deaths to the plot a lot better. Their deaths actually, they feel like they mean something this time. Last game, you follow a formula. This game, you follow a story, and a very good story at that. The story of this game is phenomenal, even if some of the lines are a bit on the cheesy end. From start to finish, you're way more invested in Ezio's story, and Desmond's, speaking of which, actually does stuff in this game. I mean, it's not a lot, but you do get to run around, climb some things like you would as an assassin, and even fight. Desmond kills his first people in this game. I mean, it's not as much fighting as I would like, but it's satisfying because it's when you're playing in the past, you know that's history, that's stuff that's happened. You can't alter that. It's just going to tell you more that's supposed to help you with the present. The present is where stuff can actually change, and that's where I'm more invested. Desmond is the true protagonist in these games. My favorite part of this game is building up Monteriggioni, basically the town that has your home in this game. This game has a money economy. You know, you get the money, you build up shops and upgrade places in your home, which brings in more revenue over time, and it's just a satisfying thing. You know, you build up the place and it changes as it goes along, because as you build up your town, you know, it's supposed to signify like, oh, there's a time lapse here. It takes time to build this, and as it gets built, you know, more things change. You know, Monteriggioni gets more clean, and there's less debris on the ground. There's more people, and there's more revenue. It's very satisfying to see. But the game isn't without its problems. Assassin's Creed 2 is great, but it does have some issues. I mean, the combat is a lot better this game, but it's still it's quicker. That's the most I can say. But it still kind of has you falling back on this whole, I'm gonna wait for a counterattack kind of deal. Oh, I stabbed you, you're dead. And, I mean, you can now spam attacks better and kill people at a much more effective rate, but it still needs to upgrade that, and it still needs to flow just a bit better. Better than last game, but not where it should be. And the collectibles are still pretty useless. This game's collectible is not flags, but feathers. Feathers that your little brother liked and your mother needs because she's mute from a tragedy. It's not really spoilery. That's just part of the game, and you don't get much from it. You have to find 100 feathers throughout the entire game, and what do you get? You get a hammer. I guess it's like the best hammer in the game, but I mean, I'm not much of a hammer user, and in the end, you still use the hidden blade more than anything. And then when you fully finish it, you get a single scene. And you know what? It doesn't even matter if I spoil it. She talks. The mom talks. She thanks you for being a good son. It's not satisfying, because you know what? You see her talking in the next game anyway. So, really, what does it add? It's just a collectible time waste. And finally, my last complaint is that the missions are fun at first, and they're more varied than the last one, but they still get kind of old. I mean, the most that you get out of the missions is they're assassination contracts. You know, you go out and you kill someone, and you do the job, and they give you money, which you know you can use to upgrade your villa and whatever, and make more money back into your town. But in the end, it's just side plot stuff. It's just fun stuff that you can do to kill more people, and My thought process is just, you know, do it until it's not fun, and then just go about your day. Oh, except the racing missions. The racing missions are definitely fun, mostly because, you know, the climbing and the parkour, it's satisfying. Plus, you get to hear the best song in the game the entire time, which I think is playing right now. Now, this Assassin's Creed had DLC, which I never got to explore until maybe 4 or 5 years ago, and the DLC is very awesome because, for one, it tests your combat ability. You know, I mean, the combat's not perfect, but it's great to have a place where you can really test it in this game. And the plot lines they're satisfying. I mean, it's the bonfire of the vanities. That's what you're doing. The bonfire of the vanities. It's very awesome to see how it plays out. And they also added Templar dungeons, which doesn't really add much to the game. Oh yeah, and I guess my final complaint would be that, you know, I'm almost sad to see that there's less VSync glitches in this game than there were in the last game. If you want to see what those are, check out the last video. They're pretty funny glitches. But, you know, I guess that means that they made the game well if there's less glitches. All in all, I love Assassin's Creed 2, and I not only recommend playing it, but I would also recommend starting with it if you're gonna start the series for the first time ever. That's it for this review. See you in the next one.